G'day gamers, and welcome to episode 1 of the silly story of Silas Slipperybottom, the Sorcerer Supreme of the Shire Sorcerous. So this is going to be a silly little playthrough of Pathfinder Kingmaker with a Halfling Sorcerer. But it's not just going to be a Halfling Sorcerer, it's going to be an entire party of Halfling Sorcerers. With the exception of Linzi the Halfling Bard. So I'm going to play this on normal level, but I'm going to tweak things a little bit. So I'm going to turn off critical hits. I'm going to remove negative effects on rest. Enemies, though, are going to be completely normal. They're going to do 100% damage. We're going to just make kingdom management effortless because I don't want to go into that too much. Turning off the tutorial, of course, but we're going to turn on the last Aslanti mode, so we've only got a single save. Now, there's not that many really good halfling portraits, but I'm going to grab one of the only ones that I've found as an external one. Here we go. So that's going to be our character portrait. As we said, we're going to play a Halfling Sorcerer. So this is based directly on the Halfling Sorcerer that I've done on my build video. We're going to give him a bit of mutton chops there, and probably that hairstyle there, I think. Yes, that one there. So we're a bit shaggy, and even though he doesn't really look it, we're going to just body style too, make him a little bit beefy. Plain old sorcerer. Now the idea is that I'm going to be an elemental sorcerer, and all of my companion halfling sorcerers are going to be sylvan sorcerers. So they are going to have animal companions, which are going to be our front line of defense, and the rest of us will stay back and cast spells. Some of these sorcerers may be more support roles where we buff the animal companions. I'll see about that as I go along. I'm going to take the elemental air bloodline so that I can do electrical damage. It's a toss-up between that or earth, but I think I like this one, just something different. Really quickly, this is going to be very similar to my previous builds. I think what I'm going to do, though, is spread these last few points out between intelligence, enough to give us an extra skill point, some constitution, which will give us more fortitude save and one extra hit point, and then that last point will go into strength so we can carry a little bit more. The skills that we're going to do, I'm going to keep this pretty straightforward. Use magical device so that I can use any devices that I find, including various scrolls and rods and wands and you name it. Persuasion, because I've got good charisma and that's a skill for that. And we're going to take mobility because we get a bonus to that. So we've got good starting abilities in all of those. Straightforward here, we're going to take point blank shot so that we can hit better with rays and those sorts of spells. And then we're going to take elemental focus in electricity, which will pair well with our elemental abilities. Spells here, I've thought about this a little bit, and I really need damage spells from a distance. Now, you could say that there's only really 3 that are good in first level. You've got Ear-Piercing Scream and Snowball, which are exactly the same, just one's ice and one's sonic damage. And then Magic Missile. I'm going to take Magic Missile only because it never misses, and early game you don't ever see anyone rocking a shield spell which negates it. So I'm definitely going to take that so I can do some damage, and then I'm going to take Mage Armor so that I've got some defense, because I'm not going to have much in the way of armor, or no armor, and not much in the way of armor class at all. So that's that.
Our time has come.
I'll carve my name onto your flesh.
Okay, I'm not going to play like a chaotic neutral or anything like that. I'm going to stick with neutral good, but I think the Madman voice goes along with the idea of this silly playthrough. And so we said Syrix. So we better fix this first. This is one of these annoying little things that has never been fixed yet, but on Linux, when you use this editor, it puts in multiple characters for everything. I kind of have to get rid of... I can get rid of that space in a second. Slipperybottom. No, it doesn't let me. Hang on. Okay, so let's just... So there we are, Syrix Slipperybottom. Don't know why I picked that, it was a silly sounding name. I'm going to set my birth date to somewhere around here, just randomly. I picked this date in the sort of like just after the middle of the year, because I think you start in, say, the 3rd month, and you get 3 months to defeat the Stag Lord, and you then become the Baron, and so not too long after that I want my birth date so that we can celebrate it, because it's a tiny little celebration. So that's it. That's a really quick build. Wow, that is quick. It took me only about 5 minutes to do that. So let's jump
Slice!
on in.
Behead!
And have some fun with this. Now, I am going to skip past a lot of things. I'll do some speedy up bits to get past a lot of voice and walking down corridors and stuff like that. I'm mainly going to concentrate on the important things, what weapon choices and spell choices and level ups I do, what if there's important conversation choices, things like that, and combat. The rest of the time I'll just skip past. I might even skip past a few of the combats. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, which is going to seem silly, but this is a silly playthrough, I'm getting rid of all weapons. This is going to be... We are going to be a 100% pure spellcaster. So I'm just going to quickly rearrange things here. I'm not going to be using Demoralize or Charge. Let's put Jolt as my first spell, and we'll make that automatic. That's the electrical cantrip, casting a spell at close range. I'm going to move my mage armor down this end. I'm going to get rid of these other cantrips that do damage because I'm not going to use them. I am going to keep Disrupt Undead out so that I can remember to use that anytime we come across Undead. And Daze is okay for the first couple of levels and encounters and stuff as a way of trying to stop your opponents from getting too close to you. Don't need Touch of Fatigue. This is the elemental ray that we get. We also have this, which we will turn on right now, which basically means all spells that we cast will do electrical damage instead of whatever they are. So I could have left out any of the cantrips, and they would all do electrical damage rather than whatever. So unfortunately none of them do more damage, but by turning that on, that means we always do electrical damage, which is fine. We can turn that off if we need to in very special cases. The Elemental Ray we're going to use fairly often, but Magic Missile we have to remember is going to hit more often because it never misses. Now I'm just going to also very quickly do a couple of housekeeping things here. I don't need to change my auto pauses. I'm happy with the way those are already set, but I always come in here and just under the difficulty turn on these to always see what's going on in combat. And so I'll get that out of the way now, and then we will jump on into the adventure. So let's go. Is that? Okay.
Help! Help! The mansion's under...
Okay, so first thing we're going to notice is because I dropped all my weapons, I'm going to get stuck with this annoying bug. I feel it's a bug where it considers that I've changed weapons, so therefore it is one round where I can't do anything. It's a silly little bug. I'm going to actually do a video on some of these issues with the game, but for now we'll leave it at that. Damn it. I was hoping he wouldn't hit me. Come on, one more. Oh. Just not doing enough damage with the jolt. There we go. Okay. As far as picking up stuff goes, I'm not going to be picking up any of the light armor because it just weighs you down. You don't get enough money for it. Mostly I'm not really going to pick up any armor until the very end. Okay. Oh, damn it, I was going to turn on mage armor before this. Actually, I'll do it now. We'll be alright. They're going to concentrate on Linzi and they're not going to kill her or anything.
You're just in time. A bit long, Lady Jump speaking.
So I'm now armoured up. If we have a look, my armour class is now 19, but I just got given the ring from Tartuccio, so now I've got an armour class of 20, and let's put this armour on Linzi to give her a couple of more points. And here's the really nasty thing that I always do. I now strip Tartuccio of all of his weapons and turn him into me, in a way. I make him cast spells and not use anything else. Sometimes I don't even give him those spells automatically, so he ends up running into combat and trying to punch people. But he's the bad guy, and I don't want him having any of those potions or other items later on in the game. Okay, this is the first serious combat. This one can be tricky, particularly as a Halfling Sorcerer, because these two archers back here, you really want to take out this assassin first, which I'm going to try and do with Magic Missile, but and we get a free shot here because they don't know that I'm here until it's too late. But we have to take him out quickly because he's right up here in our face. And then the archers are going to potentially be doing damage to us at the same time. Die! So we really want to do as much concentrated damage as we can. So we're all attacking the same opponent. There we go. Just increases our chance of taking them out quickly. Dividing and conquering at this point in the game is not a good idea. In fact, it's never really a good idea at all. I always play that I basically mob one target, and I pick usually the most dangerous one to begin with.
Make an epic pose. I need inspiration.
There we go. Last one out.
I think what?
Okay. Just going to collect all of that. Okay, I want to show you something here with this little cutscene. Keep an eye on the frost giant who comes through in a minute. Or keep an ear out. Doesn't say a thing, just grunts and groans. It sounds like a gorilla. And I got a problem with that, because frost giants are not, unintelligible brutes. Some giants are, your hill giants and things like that, and there's a few other sort of offshoots of giants. Some of them are known to be quite brutish and not really say much, but frost giants are supposed to be quite intelligent. That made him sound animalistic at best. So I don't really like that choice that they made, but can't change it.
May I see your entrails, please? I see blood.
Good. So we got rid of the archer first. It means we get this guy coming into our face, but the archer is always going to be shooting at you while this guy's trying to stab you in the face anyway. So getting rid of the archer first is a good choice. Again, leaving the armor behind. We're going to do the same thing in the armory in here. Leave most of it behind. Take the weapons, leave the rest, and we'll pick up what we want of that later.
What have we here?
What? No!
Who said we were stealing?
Finally,
Do what you want.
And then our leader charged forwards. Hey, wait for me!
Just die already!
Actually, while we're here, turn off show completed quests. Okay. So, there's a bit of a visual glitch here. That's glitching out a little bit. And then there's this. It was introduced, at least on the Linux version, a couple of patches ago. The quick way to get through this whole area is to click on each one of these two, and then just leave and come back out here. That sort of primes everything over here to get everything correct. And you open this door. Again, you've got some glitching with the textures there. And then all you have to do, this one's down, these two are up, that one's down. If you just click this one, it brings these two up and opens the door at the same time. It's that simple. This combat can be a little challenging because you've got this archer back here. So you really want to take these two guys out as quickly as possible.
This can't be over.
Yeah, like I said, it can be a little challenging.
Yeah.
There we go, one down.
Unworthy.
I wonder what lies beyond.
You deserved it.
Okay, Linzi, you're going to heal me.
Can we retreat now?
Nope. Not until you kill that
This
archer.
is not supposed to happen.
Okay.
Any last wishes? I'm leading you out of our
There we
cell.
go. Okay. Frankly, that is... I've always found that for certain characters, that's always been the hardest battle on this level. Let's get Harem.
Grotus, I consent. I'm dying. That's impossible.
healing done, I think. It feels like a waste to be healing him, but I don't want him dying too quickly in the next
You
big
have my
battle.
attention.
Okay. Okay, we're going to swap our order around a little bit again. And we're going to make a couple of other changes. Now, like with Tartuccio, I generally strip Jenna of all of her stuff, and Harem of his. Now, I'm going to swap out the shield that Harem's using because I want to give that to Valerie here. Where did it go? There it is. But I'm going to keep that, and I'm going to give her that, which we use in the Spider Cave later on. But I set it up now so I don't forget it. And we're good.
Step, step, step!
Okay, now's our last chance to pick up anything that we didn't take previously that we wanted. And that's only going to be that armor there, that mace, and that armor. This is not worth it. £45, 7 gold. Not worth it at all. And 3 gold for £25, it's not worth it for that. And these, 1 gold for £10, definitely not. So that's it. Okay, so these channelers do not, they're not aggressive towards you at all. They basically just stand there and get killed, and they're what's keeping this barrier in place. The ones that are the most dangerous are, of course, the assassin leader and the bowman. So what I'm going to do is my 2 main fighters are going to attack this group of assassins. We're going to cast Bless from Harem.
Just letting me
Linzi, I haven't set her up properly yet, so let's do that. I'm going to put her heel in the middle there, so it's a little bit out of the way, and she's going to do her thing there. Now, Tartuccio is going to magic missile the assassin leader, as am I. Now, I've got to keep an eye out because I've only got 2 spells of magic missile. Once they're gone, I need to swap to the elemental ray. If I don't, I'm going to charge in and try and hit him manually. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. Harem is going to come in and help with these guys as well as soon as he has cast his bless. So Harem, you're also going to attack that guy.
I'm writing you out of our story.
Okay, so these 3 now will take on this one. Okay, and now everybody is going to go after the assassin leader. Now, I think I'm probably out of magic missiles at that point, so I'm going to switch to the elemental rays. And we've taken out him, and now we're going to start taking out the rift channels. And we're done. Just going to switch back to my Jolt as my primary spell there, and let's quickly gather up all of the goodies, minus the crappy armor. And then we're all going to come over here. And we'll look at the Frost Giant and grab his axe and armor. Okay. Now, let's get rid of that. And that from her. Get rid of all that from you. We've got all the stuff from you. Given you everything you need. Let's give me the braces of armor class +1, which you don't notice at the moment because I've already got mage armor running, but once my mage armor disappears, my armor class will be 16. So let's talk to Jamandi, whatever her name is. And there we are. I think I'll leave that there. That's the end of... Not the end, really. I consider it the end of the tutorial. So we've made it to here. We've got all the gear we can carry. We're almost overloaded, but not quite. So that's good. So yes, this is episode 1 of the silly story of Syrix, Slipperybottom, the Sorcerer Supreme of the Shire Sorcerous. Please give me a like if you like this video, and subscribe and share it with your friends, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.